Welcome to another edition of June Group Fireside Chats. I am Adam Konaslati, the head of marketing for June Group, and I have with me today Laura Desmond, who was the CEO of a very big ad agency and now does very interesting other things. So Laura, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us today. Tell us what you do today.
So I'm primarily doing two things. I very much love the marketing industry and advertising. It's been a passion for most of my adult life. But I wanted to try to spend time on the what's next portion of it. And so I'm investing in companies primarily in the ad tech and martech space. I'm also advising a couple marketing companies in the data and technology space as well.
And you're also a big former ad agency executive. So tell us how the ad agency world has changed over the last 10 years with mobile sort of taking control.
Mobile, without a doubt, was at the time that we started spending a lot of time, around 5, 6, 7 years ago, the one screen that you could see was going to become the dominant screen and really shape-shift people's time and attention from the big screen at home to the small screen in your hand on the go or in home. So we spent a lot of time strategizing around, how would people consume mobile? What would they do? Could the ad formats work? Could the engagement work? And what we discovered was clearly that mobile had to be a form of engagement that was different. We had to work with our creative partners on different kinds of messaging. But what we did love about it was that it was a wonderful way of understanding not only what people were doing and consuming on the screen, but where they were when they were doing it. So the location factor, in our estimation, really became the new cookie. I think companies that are spending money in R&D in mobile in-app capability are setting themselves ahead.
A lot of what you're talking about is also one-to-one marketing, personalized marketing. Where are we today with personalized marketing, and where do you think we'll be in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think we're going to be light years ahead. First of all, we've got to get the permissions and the data privacy stuff right. We've seen Facebook blow up the last couple weeks. Everyone's knee-jerking around first-party, third-party data. We got to get it right. I think companies that lead and almost adopt an advertising and privacy first by design approach will do very well.
What technologies are you excited about in 2018 to potentially have brands or agencies harness?
I do think that voice is potentially the biggest disruptor to branding and to advertising that we've seen since mobile. And the reasons for this are really simple. It's not like radio. It's not like going back to the future. But if you don't have brands top of mind, and you don't have, as a human being, kind of personal preferences or personal power to just bring up unaided recall. Remember, this is unaided recall. Brands are in trouble. And so voice could be really super disruptive.
What advice would you give to some young people in the industry just finishing college? How do I get into the agency, and how could I be where you are today or where you were as heading up a massive digital agency?
If I were 22 entering the marketplace today, I would do two things. I would raise my hand and jump on the first plane to China. I think that it's really important to get an overseas international experience, but China is so massive, and it's just a critically important market to understand and know for the future. And then the second thing I would do is I would spend time, real time, in ad tech and marketing tech on these topics like machine learning, predictive analytics, AI.
Great, that's great advice, Laura. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was a pleasure meeting you in person. Take care.
Thank you.